My son's speech therapist stopped me in the parking lot and said, "Your husband has been telling our office you show up to appointments impaired. I've seen you twice a week for a year." I don't believe him, but somebody is building a file on you. I stood there holding Finn's little backpack while the ground tilted. Wade and I had separated in the spring, and for the last 2 months he'd been softer than he'd been in years. Flowers. Long apologies. He'd held my hand across our kitchen table and said he wanted to try again. Really try. And I'd let myself believe him. We'd even planned a joint dinner with both families for our anniversary. A fresh start, he called it, and apparently, while planning our fresh start, he was reporting me as an unfit mother to my son's providers. That night, Wade took Finn to his mom's, and I sat down with the old tablet Finn uses for cartoons. It's still signed into our family account, which means it still receives Wade's text messages. I'd never once looked. I looked. The thread with his brother Kurt went back weeks. She has no idea. She's so desperate to fix this, she'd sign anything. Then, worse. Lawyer says if she loses it in front of witnesses, we're done in one hearing. The anniversary dinner is perfect. Both families there. I push, she cracks, everyone sees the unstable mom. I read it 3 times before my hands worked again. The dinner wasn't a reconciliation. It was a stage, and I was the show. Then I found the messages that I will never fully recover from. Kurt asked, "What if the evaluator talks to Finn?" And Wade wrote back, "Already handled. We practice in the car." He says, "Mommy yells and throws things when daddy's at work." He mixed it up at first and said, "Daddy, so we're drilling it." My 6-year-old. Drilled. In the car. To describe a mother who has never thrown anything heavier than laundry. I didn't sleep that night. I copied everything to my email, photographed the screen as backup, and then noticed something Wade hadn't. Half the messages had a third name. Kurt's wife, June, was on some of the threads, and her only replies were things like, "I want no part of this, and you two are disgusting." So I called her. She was quiet for a long moment, then said, "I've been screenshotting them for a month in case you ever asked. I'll bring them Saturday." Saturday came. I wore the dress he liked, because the trap only works if the person walking into it looks willing. Wade was luminous. He pulled out my chair, toasted second chances, while his mother dabbed her eyes and squeezed my shoulder like a man already rehearsing his testimony. I waited until the entrees were cleared. Then I stood, tapped my glass, and said I wanted to read something. Wade beamed, right up until I unfolded the pages. "She's so desperate to fix this, she'd sign anything." His mother's fork stopped midair. I push. She cracks. Everyone sees the unstable mom. Kurt went gray. Wade laughed, too loudly, and said I was having an episode, that I was proving his point. And honestly, for 1 second, the old me almost took the bait. Instead, I read the last one. He mixed it up at first and said, "Daddy, so we're drilling it." The table went silent in that specific way where you can hear the restaurant around you. Wade said the texts were fake. That's when June stood up, phone in hand, and said, "They're not. I have all of them, with dates, and I've already given them to her." Kurt hissed her name. She didn't sit down. Wade's mother, who has never once taken my side in 11 years, looked at her son and asked one question. "You made that baby rehearse lies about his mother?" Wade started to answer. Couldn't. And then did exactly what his lawyer wanted me to do. He exploded, shouting, table shaking, a glass knocked over, both families watching. His father finally said quietly, "Sit down or get out," and Wade grabbed his coat and left his own anniversary dinner. The custody evaluation happened anyway. I handed over everything. June submitted a sworn statement. So, devastatingly for Wade, did his mother. The coach statements collapsed the first time the evaluator gently asked Finn about them, and he said, "Daddy taught me that one in the car. I have primary custody now." Wade gets supervised visits and a court-ordered parenting course. Last week, Finn drew our house with 2 people in the window, him and me, and a son wearing sunglasses. He taped it to the fridge himself. Crooked. I'm never straightening it.